We're now making progress in Nightmare campaign. So, Raid Shadow Legends, Nightmare campaign. Stage 6, that's where we left off last time. I'm using this team with the ally attack in any battles extra 30%. Let's get started, no super raids. We'll see how far we can get with the upgraded skills of Alice. And Sabita is a helper. Sabita is a good helper because it's Void. And Void doesn't have a weakness. And I want a reviver healer that doesn't have a weakness. That was easy. Let's go to the next one. You need up to 2 units for 3 stars. I think we're gonna have a boss at the end. And that's why I didn't bother making progress in the campaign, because until I had a team like this that can 3-star, why would I spend energy on 2-starring? Okay, victory, another 3-star one. On to the next one. Stage 2-1. Be careful, because whenever you go to a different stage, you have to reselect the units. Let's get started. That's the dreaded sewers. Back then I still watched Hell Hades to cope in the sewers for 3 hours or something because of some mission, some quest. Oh, Reviver? Invincible revived unit. Okay, it doesn't matter, it just takes our time, which we don't want. This adds to the stage 60 or day 60 experience quite a lot. On to the next one. And the question is, when you have a, let's say a competition like, or you enter a competition like this one, do you want to show off how strong you are at the beginning? Or do you rather hide your strength and coast in the midfield and then you get stronger sometime in the future? And it's a multivariate question, because obviously, like, just look at how strong I am. That was the journey of some of the content creators I saw. And then they fell back to like 10th place, 11th place, like significantly back. The other approach is that you only spend energy optimally, and it was never optimal for me to spend energy on campaign progression. Yeah, this is exactly what I don't want. Next. Because campaign progression, I knew that I couldn't 3-star the levels. So why bother with the 2 stars? Well, why bother? It's because you might get some extra rewards. Now, if those extra rewards are precious enough for your progress, in that case, obviously you do it. But if not, then just hiding your true capabilities and just focusing on things that matter in terms of strength and later coming back to this will teleport you to a higher position quickly. But only late. So this means that if you're a content creator, let's say, it may happen that the audience doesn't know you yet. And you might to flash your non-existing skills. So in this case, you get started on a high, even if you know that it's suboptimal in the long run. But I chose not to do this. Not because it's a bad strategy, but because I wanted to stick around on like month 2, month 3 as well, with a reasonable chance of a top 20. And I knew that for a top 10 or a top 5 it would not even be a possibility for me to challenge the top 5. It's like out of question. But you see that we're making good progress now in the campaign with just 2 units. And all it takes, once again, well, the Perfect Soul helped, I think, but all it takes is the skills and masteries leveled up to maximum. I'm not even sure if skills are maximalized, because I think that I don't have enough books. Still, because to max out a legendary, it's not easy. Even in 60 days in terms of skills. Oh, these sewers, it's so horrible. Because it takes so much time. You know that you're gonna win. It just takes a lot of time. Which one was this? Stage 4. Okay, we have 3 more. Level 120 opponent. And it might happen that we go through the whole, like all the levels. It's not likely, but it's not impossible either. Like, you see, this is not even hard. It's just tedious because they revive or stand up after dying. Not bad. I thought the level was over, but actually it wasn't. Amazing. How long can someone be invincible? Next. Stage 6. Are these getting easier or harder? Because I'm seeing more level 100s than not 120s. Before that I saw 120s. Oh. Block damage. That's good in Raid, by the way. That's one of the main advantages that Raid has. That you know exactly what buff and debuff is active at a given point in time. This is a constructive criticism towards Era of Chaos. I would love this to also be visible on the battlefield or somewhere. Because right now it's a bit of a black box. Good. HP percent. And let's go to the 7th one. If there is a boss at the end, that's also doable, I guess. But if not, then you can ignore the boss stage. Yeah, there is something. First we kill the helpers. Usually the helpers strengthen the boss somehow. So it's worth getting rid of the helpers almost everywhere except for Ice Golem's Peak. Where near the end you just focus on the main Ice Golem. Okay, on to the next one, stage 3-1. Once again, we need to make changes. These are the changes, let's get started. And if we get beaten, that's not a problem either. Because then it's possible to change the formation. I just stuck to this formation because it has been successful. But I can imagine if 3 or 4 opponents take their turns, and it can happen at this stage because their defense is quite good and their levels are higher, then sooner or later I'll find a bottleneck. And the bottleneck is coming. Because it's getting slower and slower. They are not even reviving, they don't block damage, there is nothing, and yet the battle takes, how much? 41 seconds. And before this, like a month ago or whenever I tried this, I was unable to do all this. this was not even a 2-star experience. This was like an impossible experience. And it's not just about getting points in the Hell Hades competition. It's also about getting the extra rewards. Yeah, amazing. That's a defense one, but kind of basic. Third stage. I still remember that it was not the easiest thing in normal to make progress in the campaign. And now we're on the highest possible difficulty. It's a crazily difficult one. Most people won't even finish this in like, how much time? 90 days. And by the way, it's not optimal what I'm doing because the video has been going on for 11 minutes. And I'll show you why it's not optimal. The real bottleneck in the competition is this. Refresh in every 15 minutes and fight the fights that you can. For example, here I could make a case for trying this one. But let's not do it. I'm not saying it's difficult, but it's not straightforward. So we got an extra XP. By the way, XP boost has been continuous for me and it will be continuous throughout the whole 90 days. I will never have to spend any diamonds on it, and you can see that I have 1,200 something diamonds in total. And after finishing this level, I will have a question. Write it in the comments. What do you think that with this strength, how far are we gonna get in the campaign in the end? 3-starred. Because it's quite likely that it's possible to finish the whole campaign with 4 units. But with just 3 stars, how far is it possible to get? What do you think? Write it in the comments. And at this stage, I won't continue, because you know it would be quite a long of a video to continue to stage 4, stage 5. Or do you think that there is gonna be a boss that will stop this team? And if you think that there is gonna be a boss that stops this team altogether, then which other unit would you prefer instead of Alice and Sabita? Which other one? For example, there is Contra, not fully upgraded, Toragi, Kale obviously, Ugo, yeah, this other one, Tagore, and I'm working on Cold Heart level 6. And also write it in the comments if you think that an other champion is worth 6-starring out of these, more than Cold Heart. Hint, Ignatius, but the problem with Ignatius is that I won't have any books on his skills. So these are the questions, and you see that progress is really, really good at this stage, because I haven't been here for about a month.